Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to MHF. Sorry, I almost said Foot Judge Mode because Osam's not here yet. But big up everybody that is here. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you are new, we're in for a title race course talk. You know, title race talk. And also, Martin is back. Martin's back. We got a new person that is a new panelist that joined us. It's you can tell. Of course, Spartacus, Man City fan, all the way from Brazil. Of course, all the way from Brazil. Of course, big up everybody that is here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And how's everyone doing?
Not bad, not bad.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I'm doing well. These guys are not having a great time, I imagine.
Could be better.
Who's not having a good time? How are you, Jaco? Happy New Year. He's lagging.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, okay.
How you guys
He's
doing?
lagging. You're lagging massively, Jaco. This is going to be a struggle. Okay, where do we start? Spartacus still thinks that Man City are going to win the league. Right?
I mean, if we had any centre backs left, I would, but
Injuries, excuses. I love it. We're already starting. We're already starting. You have Kozanov and Nathan Ake. You do have.
Ake's playing with literally painkillers to prevent him from having a knee injury, and Husanov is also carrying a knock. So realistically,
we have someone joining us actually. Wow, we got a Chelsea fan joining us as well. You got a Chelsea fan. We got David as well joining us. Oh, wow. This is... So really, I don't know how people can make still an argument. I was thinking about this today. I was working out. I was thinking about this, and I'm like, how can I sit and make an argument that City will win the league? Based on what? You know? How can I base it on? Like, what is there to analyze to say that City will win the league? No. And I'm like, nothing. It's actually nothing. I got nothing for you. You know what I mean? I have nothing for you. That is
mentality, bro. Mentality.
What is it?
Haven't you seen their posts on Twitter? Like, there's a picture of Haaland with their like mentality coach, and they're like reading some inspirational Twitter post from some Man City fan. I don't know. It seems like they're crumbling. We're not really doing anything to do it.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm struggling because we lost the most important player, which is Josko Vardio, and I don't think we have any replacement for him. Back in the day, if we lost the ball playing centre back, we still had Edison, who could play as well as any outfield player on the ball. Now we have Donnarumma, so we need better ball playing centre backs. But now we have an injured Ake and Husanov. They're not bad on the ball, but they're not good either. So any decent press is going to be able to force us long, and then we're not going to really win that.
What about Trafford? You can play Trafford instead of Donnarumma, and then
Yeah, no,
he can play
that's
up.
not gonna happen. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
That's not happening. Well, I'm excited to see Kusanov because I've been giving him crap ever since you guys signed him, but he's barely played enough for me to really get onto him. So it'll be interesting to see how he leads the line.
I think Husanov, he will be a good player, but right now he's still too harsh. He's one of those types of players who will always engage. He's not going to back off. But to do that,
By the way, you all are making. Okay, here's the thing about this. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. Okay, this whole meltdown about City and the center backs. Ruben Diaz is about to miss 3 Premier League games. That's it. That's all he's gonna miss.
Really.
Ruben Diaz is gonna miss. Well, Arsenal played 2.5 months without Gabriel.
But we don't have a backup for Oscar Vardio. That's the issue. They have a backup.
You have Ake. I just said you have Nathan Ake.
I'll get injured as well. So
We have to play Norgard as a centre back for a while there, and Declan Rice as a right back. You just got to improvise.
I do think we're gonna play Rodri as a centre back. I think.
Rodri?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He's not a centre back. We're not doing that.
He's not, but again, Ake is on his last legs, literally, and we don't have any other option.
So injuries. Oh, so I actually now just realized City have injuries. Yes, so injuries are the excuses why City can't win the league this season. Fantastic, actually. It's actually great.
I don't want to celebrate injuries.
Bro, but it's actually like but what I mean is that it's a great argument. They can't win the league. Anyway, big up Osam for joining us. If Arne Slot is useless, you're gonna sack him and get another manager. Useless manager. However, Van Dijk is thinking that they're gonna win against Arsenal. Fantastic.
Says who?
Yeah.
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk himself.
Where did he say that?
There you go. Van Dijk.
Also, Van Dijk is a football player who plays for my football club. What's he supposed to say? Now we're gonna lose, guys.
Van Dijk says Arsenal will be a nice challenge for Liverpool. Van Dijk sends a big fight message before the Arsenal crash. Van Dijk sends a message to Liverpool teammates about the Arsenal test.
Wow, Van Dijk says the Arsenal game will be a
ahead
challenge.
of the Arsenal versus Liverpool. Van Dijk admits Arsenal match will be a big fight for Liverpool. We are ready for the big fight against Arsenal. Van Dijk sends a big message to Arsenal Football Club.
You and Martin both gaslit me there for
big fight. We gaslit you. You gaslit yourself. My feet up. We're not turning this into my feet kicked up. Are your feet still kicked up, Habibi, or you're back to the ground?
This Thursday. Has nothing to do with the game this Thursday.
Your feet was kicked up in the beginning of the season. 5 games, winning mentality. We are the best in the world. We're the best in the world, you know. We're gonna retain the title. We're gonna win the Champions League. Oh my God. It is part of the game this Thursday.
No, it's not. No,
it's not.
It got nothing to do with the game.
It's not. 100% it is. Why is it not? You're back. You're 8 games without a loss. So what will tell you that you're gonna lose the game? 8 games unbeaten. Aren't you 8 games unbeaten? You go defensive master class. You defensive master class. The defensive master class coming from Arne Slot. He did it against Inter. You snatched the game with a penalty. You can do it against Arsenal. And we know that the referees are against Arsenal. Yeah, 100%. What is stopping them from gaining a penalty against Arsenal, right? At the end, while defensive masterclass with Van Dijk, Konate, and all these guys ahead of them. I think Liverpool have the capacity to do it. You know what I mean? It's capacity to do it. Why not? They did it. They did it before. They can do it again. They're 8 games unbeaten. At least they can get a draw, which is respectful at the Emirates. By the way, they can get a free kick, and Szoboszlai is still fit. He can absolutely slap one of these fantastic free kicks. Why not? Why not? They can actually hand the title back to Manchester City. Man City can be in the driving seat if they are 3 points behind. 100%. Why
It's
not?
not working. It's bouncing off him like, rubber bullets.
No, I'm not talking to him. He can do all this gimmick. Oh, we're gonna lose the game. I had his summer. His feet was kicked up. His feet was kicked up in the summer. It's fine with him. I'm not here to cook him or anything. The guy actually said that 99% we're gonna lose the game. He said that, right? He said that 99%. Logically speaking, they should lose the game.
Who? Hussam?
Islam said.
Oh.
Logically speaking, they should be losing the game. Logically speaking, they're going to the top of the league.
Depends how they play.
I don't know what is that. Are you done? What does that mean?
No, I'm just checking if you're done with your bullshit sarcasm.
Why is it
Then
bullshit? Why is it? Why are you
Then what?
upset? You just came from a brilliant Liverpool show that you guys lifted
I'm not
all
upset at all.
you're together. You guys lifted themselves
Not
up.
upset at all.
They are absolutely happy. Liverpool
Your
fans.
rage bait doesn't work on me because
I got like Mike Das talking about Darwin Nunes again.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset at all.
Bro,
Your
they're
rage
so
bait
happy fans.
No,
Anyway,
we're
how
not
are you,
happy.
David? David,
We're
how are
not
you,
happy, but we're not upset either.
David, how are you?
Everyone's so
How are you?
sad.
Stand, hold on. How are you not upset?
I'm not upset by your monologue because I know you're
Not
being
me.
sarcastic.
But you are upset normally by your club where you are.
No, I'm not upset. I'm depressed. Until he gets
Very
sacked,
small
nothing is
distinction.
changing, brother. Until he gets sacked, nothing is changing.
I swear to God, guys, it's the last
we
thing
are
I'm gonna
doing
say
rinse
about-
and repeat every day.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna. The last thing I'm gonna say about Liverpool before we end this, I swear, if you told anyone, and I mean anyone, if you 1,000 fans of Liverpool after game week 20 will be 14 points behind the league leaders.
15.
No, you're 14. You're 14. You're 14 points behind the league leaders. Now 48 versus 34. It's fine, yeah. 14, 15. They would have called this hospital and then they grabbed that white thing and then they just collected you and they're like, this guy needs, like we need to talk about this guy, And 14 points is crazy. But you know what's worse? If you told any Chelsea fan that you'll be 17 points behind the league leaders, Arsenal, by the way, not Man City, it would absolutely. Sam and our toxic Avengers. I don't understand this.
He just did the Avengers show, I think.
No. Today was not the Avengers show. Was
Oh.
Yesterday morning, Monday morning is the Avengers show. Kopish and the guys. Yeah, that show is pretty fiery. I don't know why everyone is silent. Am I the only one talking? We got a panel. We've done this show solo then. Why is no one talking? Am I the
I
only
don't know
one?
why David and
Why is
Jacko and Martin
only
big
one
up the
talking?
new guy as well. None of you guys are speaking? Guys,
Oh,
this
by
is
the
open
way,
floor.
big up the new guy. Okay, Sam, this is Spartacus, Liverpool, Man City fan from Brazil.
Nice to meet you, brother.
It's actually, he only supported City. Oh, he's not plastic, as people say. All his life supported City, which is pretty strange.
I heard
but
that
anyway.
Wolfie started supporting Forest in
Big up Spartacus.
2002.
Nice to meet
So
you, brother.
I'm going to consider him a bit
Nice
of
to meet you.
plastic.
Big up.
But yeah, I can't say anything right now to antagonize Hussam. I'm not going to jinx the result that's going to happen. I just want to let it
Why are we
happen.
making this about me, brother?
Why
This
is it about? You're late to
Well,
the
you
show.
wanted me to talk about Liverpool. Let the other guys talk. They can...
Well, let me do this. Why is every City fan so down and out? Believe? Oh no, Spartacus believes that that City will win the league. Did you see Arsenal MCFC lad today? He's
Yeah.
doing the calculator thing. If Arsenal lose a game and then we're 3 points behind them, comes April, we have the game. We have beat them at the Etihad before. We can repeat the 22-23. And I'm like, bro, the calculators are out. I know
Way
it.
too much. Doing way
The
too much.
calculators are out, League is over if City plays like against Chelsea. Oh, the league is over already, Kiko. The league is over.
I agree.
The league is over. You think I'm joking, right?
No,
You
I agree.
cannot present an argument to me now for me to back City to
Yeah.
win the league. You cannot.
Yeah, I think the league
There is
is
no
over.
logic. There is no logical argument now that anyone football-wise can present to me why City will win the league. Go ahead, Fadda. That the floor is yours.
I think you're right on that one because, in my opinion, for you to win the league, you need to be able to control the ball, and I don't think you can control the ball with a backline of Josko Vardio, with a backline of Matheus Nunes, Donnarumma, Diaz, Kusanov, and Nico Riley. I just don't think he can control the ball with that back line. Yeah, I don't think we can win it anymore. And I think Josko Vardy was the most important player in our football club. So we could live without Rodri, we could live without Haaland, we cannot live without Josko Vardy.
So you guys are admitting defeat already. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. That's how important Josko Vardy was. He's the only defender who's very good on the ball that we have at the football club. I'm not counting Stones because that guy's always injured, so not counting him now.
I feel like everyone's just a bit shocked that game went the way that it did. I was shocked. I didn't think Chelsea were actually just going to like go out there and say, "Here, have the 3 points," and I didn't think City would just be like, just sleepwalk their way through that entire match. I was expecting like 4 or 5 nils. I think that's why everyone's got their wind knocked out of their sails. It's not just the defense for City; it's the attackers stuttering right now.
I think we're not gonna be as good attacking because we're not gonna get the ball to the attacking line as well as we did. So you can see it against Chelsea. I think we're very, very, very good in the first half. Probably one of the best halves of football we played all season. Donnarumma was brilliant with his feet as well, which is not something that he usually does. Josko Vardy brilliant. Rodri showing why he's Rodri. I think Foden was good as well. I think Cherki was actually quite poor in that one. O'Reilly showed to be tired as well.
Yeah.
Ryan is fantastic on this new left winger /10 role that he was playing. And I think that Nunes is very good as he's basically been all season. But then the second
So what I'm hearing that City have everything good, but they're gonna lose the title because Josko Vardy is injured.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how important this guy is. Like Mo, this guy is the only player in the backline who can get the ball from backline to midfield. Like that's how important this guy is.
So you're telling me that Josko Vardy is your most important player?
Yeah.
That's basically what you're telling me.
Yeah, I've said this all season.
What?
If he goes down, it's
Come
over.
on, man.
I've said this all season. This guy.
If Haaland goes down, your season's over.
He thinks Gavardo
think
is better than Gabriel as a
Yeah.
defender even.
As
I
good at
swear to
least.
God, he thinks
think he's
Gavardo
good.
is as important as Gabriel and better than him.
I think he's more important for City than Gabriel is for Arsenal, for sure. Everything we do goes through Josko Vardy. Everything. If you watch City, we
But man,
don't
we
play...
win without Bastoni, Adi. If Bastoni is out, we still. I'm not gonna sit here and say that my left center back is the most important. Also, if that's the case, guys, so why didn't Arsenal lose every single fucking game when Gabriel is not there? Why are Arsenal still top of the table? Why? How?
Because they have
How?
Nkapia
You're
and
acting like
Are you serious?
You're acting like Guardiola's not like an elite player. It's not a crazy. You might disagree. It's not crazy.
I don't think he's good.
I disagree.
100% crazy because they went on a 2.5-year unbeaten run at home when Rodri was fit. And Erling Haaland has 19 goals in 20 Premier League games, of which they don't even have a guy that's 1/5 of his goal scoring ability.
Oh no, Sam. I'm not talking about Guardiola's their most important player. I'm not talking about that. That's
that's a crazy thing.
Your centre back can
crazy
almost
part.
never be your most important player. Like never.
But I feel with
thinking
City, he's like the connection from defense to attack.
You can
a
have
lot.
your centre
No,
back.
he
be your
ain't.
most
No, he ain't.
No, 1 second, David. You can have your centre back be your most important player, but not in this scenario.
don't
Bro.
think
Van
so.
Dijk.
When you got
Van
a role,
Dijk.
when
Van Dijk.
I want to make sure very clear. Without Rodri, City don't win the treble. Without Haaland, City don't win the treble.
Absolutely. I agree with
Yes,
that.
so this
Yeah,
whole notion
gonna
that
say that.
Guardiola
That-
is like this massively important player, I think you can replace Guardiola.
You forgot Jack Grealish.
That
If you
squad
find-
can, but that
If
squad
you
is
sign
not
Marc
the
Guehi,
same
he
one.
replaces the Guardiola
Disagree.
thing,
I
and
disagree.
somehow he's even better on the ball than Guardiola is.
No. So
He is.
it's not better than yours.
Also, Aki is so fucking good on the ball, supposedly. What are we talking? Aki played left back in the triple season.
Yo,
What are we doing here?
I'm not expecting Ake to complete the game against Brighton. The guy is already injured. He's
I
played
don't
through
care.
the injury.
You're gonna sign Gay.
Other
What is
than
this?
Arsenal, I would say Marc Guehi starts for every team in world football, other than Arsenal.
I don't think he starts for City. That's
No.
I think Vardy is a better defender than he is.
No.
Maybe he starts
He's
ahead of
better.
Diaz. No, he's not better than Guardiola.
So wait,
I think so.
Hold on.
sorry, what's your name again?
This is an indictment, Spartacus. It's an indictment. This is like, okay, hold on. Are we saying that Pep
Spartacus.
Guardiola, because he doesn't have fucking Guardiola, he's conceding the league? What the fuck?
Nah, he's not conceding the
cold.
What
league.
the fuck?
No, he's not conceding
What
the
are we
league.
doing?
The fans
This
are.
is not. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm not saying that. I'm not
saying.
saying Pep's not gonna back his face and be like, yeah, let's go to the next season. He's not gonna do that. He's gonna try and find a way to play without Josko Guardiola, but at least I don't see it. I can, unless you drop Rodri into centre back for him to be able to drive the ball into midfield, and then you do kind of like a Stones role from the treble season with Rodri being the centre back. Fair enough.
Wallahi,
right? If he does
seriously.
that-
Am I having City fans hiding behind Guardiola
Oh.
today? What?
Oh, not really. Look,
You got the best
I've been
manager in the
saying-
world. You got the best striker since R9. You have
I
the
never
best
said
manager
that.
in the history of
Never
the
said that.
sport.
I
You
said
got the
that.
Ballon d'Or winner Rodri. You got Shirky, the magician. You got Foden, PFA Player of the Year. Bro, you're signing Semenyo. You got Ruben Diaz, PFA Player of the Season. You got Donnarumma, world-class Donnarumma. And we're saying that the reason why City
I
cannot
don't
win the
think
fucking league
Donnarumma is
is
world-class.
because of fucking Guardiola.
I don't think
No,
Donnarumma
but
is
what
world class.
You don't think Donnarumma's
I don't
world
think Donnarumma is world class.
class?
No.
Like,
Actually,
What?
that's another good shout by Jacko as well. If Donnarumma's injured, you're finished if Trafford has to play.
I don't. Yeah, but I think the gap
don't
between.
give a fuck, Kelk. I
Sure.
don't care.
You're
You
finished.
chose Donnarumma.
Wait,
Your manager
So-
chose Donnarumma.
Also, all of City's centre backs are ball playing anyway.
Like, why you? Also,
Not
you're,
to the
you're
level
left.
of-
You're also
All right,
sorry.
not
You're
to the
left.
level of
Your
Josko
left
Guardiola.
back and right back, Kelk,
all right. Let me say
are
something real quick.
midfielders already. Your left back and right back should be. They're
I'ma
elite
give you-
wonderful. They're midfielders.
So, Mo, what's the pattern of play for our
Spartacus,
build-up?
I'm gonna give you 5 players I think are more important than
Chico,
Guardiola.
I think, by the way, you're lagging massively.
I have to give
because
you
you're
5
responding to
players.
us. Yeah, I think you're lagging massively. You're
Oh.
responding to us like way later. I think you're
Yeah.
like 5 seconds behind the
The
stream.
latency is bad.
Yeah,
Nice.
the latency is way behind.
Spartacus,
I
can I ask you
don't
a
know.
question? If you were equal points and you're in the same situation, would you guys be any more confident, or do you still think it's a lost cause, like head to head, point for point?
I think it changes a little bit,
Surely by
but I still don't think we would be favorites. I think we would have a
surely
bigger
by
chance. but
definition, the answer
not
is yes. Would
favorite.
they not be more confident?
Well, they were so close to us, 2 points, but then they went to 6 points, and then people were like, "Well, it's
Yeah,
only
but
6
you-
points. There's no
you-
difference." But now
your
that's the
question-
difference between them winning
Would
us.
they be more confident with more points? Yes,
The thing
but
for
they
me,
were still
Barely.
favourites.
What I'm sensing is barely. Anyway,
the thing for me with the Josko Guardiola going out is usually what we do in possession is we get the ball to Donnarumma, and then the opposition presses Donnarumma from Diaz to Donnarumma, forcing him to play to the left-sided centre-back. When he does that, if the left-sided centre-back is not good in possession and left-footed, it's very easy to press him into kicking the ball long. If you kick the ball long with the midfield that we have, Bernardo Silva, Foden, and you can even put Rodri there, you're more likely not going to win possession, not going to win the second ball. And if you're not able to control possession, you're not able to win the league. You don't need to have the most possession in the league, but you need to be able to control possession consistently. And if you're not able to do that, you're not winning the league. And I don't see a way for us to be able to control possession without Josko Guardiola. Maybe Pep drops Rodri into centre back, and then he does a Stones role where Rodri goes into midfield, plays as a 6. Nico Gonçalves goes a little bit up the field, plays an 8. You make a 2 of Foden and Cherky behind Haaland, with Doku and Silva holding the width. And then when we lose possession, Rodri drops back into centre back. Cherky and Silva switch places, so Silva goes into the midfield. Foden joins Haaland as a
I just
front
want to tell you
first.
something before all of this tactical breakdown. At the end, while you're talking, I went and checked the numbers. Ruben Diaz has more touches and more passes per game
But that
than
doesn't
Josko
work.
Guardiola. So
Okay, look at the progressive passes and the passes that break lines and the average ball carrying per 90. Josko Guardiola is
okay,
going to be more.
ball carries Ruben Diaz more than Josko Guardiola.
you've got Rodri back now. Clearly, it's not going to be as much of an issue.
So I'm
right?
I'm just telling you the reality,
I think
okay?
so.
The number of carries, Ruben Diaz is more than Josko Guardiola. in terms of passes, right? And no, like progressive distance or progressive passes, Ruben Diaz is more than just Gavardiol. So all your theory about Gavardiol is actually based on false narrative. I'm sorry, I don't want to break your bubble, but we don't watch Manchester
We
City.
broke it just now.
No, but I don't watch Man City and think that bro,
He didn't because of the
if
counterpoint.
Gavardiol
We
is
broke
not
it.
on the, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't watch Man City and think that, bro, without just Gavardiol, you won't be able fucking to play from the back. My man, he built from the back with Carlos Puyol, Pep Guardiola. Carlos Puyol cannot run 20 yards on the ball without tripping on his face, and still he had position, right?
But he had
Like that's
Busquets.
Pep Guardiola we're talking about. Pep Guardiola taught Fernandinho to be a position-based DM. It's okay. Pep Guardiola will teach anyone in the world to be a position-based player. So you're not gonna tell me because Gavardiol is injured, the mighty Pep Guardiola is not gonna find a way to play from the back again with any center back. Also, you're signing Marc Guehi, like he's better on the ball.
So here's okay. Your stats are correct, but what
Yeah.
happens usually is when we break possession, when we break the press, the opposition drops a little bit back, and then those are the moments that Ruben Diaz gets a lot of touches and a lot of space to carry the ball into. This is why
Actually,
his
Ruben
numbers are
Diaz
higher,
is
but-
better on, is
but
very
to
good on
break-
the ball. Gavardiol is the better defender in terms of tackles, interceptions.
I
Ruben
disagree
Diaz
massively.
is more about the blocks and building from the
I'm not
back.
falling
Ruben
for this
Diaz is not.
propaganda.
Ruben Diaz is not an elite defender. He's not. Like Ruben Diaz was never an elite defender, a Gabriel, you know what I mean, a John Terry, a Carvalho. He's not an elite defender. Ruben Diaz is fantastic on the ball. That's what gets him in the Pep team. Ruben Diaz in any other team would be a mediocre defender because defending ability, Ruben Diaz is okay. He's not fantastic, right? He's not fantastic. So
I disagree. I think the better Ruben Diaz played, the more
Gavardiol
defensive he
is a
played.
fantastic defender, though.
Oh yeah, I think he's one of the best defenders on the planet, and I think he's the best defender at the club. But
Okay, so if
because of-
Gavardiol is the best defender on the planet, and he's the
One
best
of.
in playing from
One
the
of.
back, and he's best
One of them. One of them. One of them.
Surely he is the one of the best defenders in the world. Then
yeah, I
top
think he
five,
is.
top five, he's top five.
Let me think. Bastoni, Schlotterbeck, Van Dijk.
Bastoni is not a good defender. Let's just establish this. He's not. I'm an Inter fan. He's not a good defender. Bastoni is a left center back in a back three. Fantastic going forward, chance creation, crosses, elite vision, blah blah blah. Defending. He ain't elite. He ain't like, bro. I'm gonna tell Akanji might be a better defender than him. Defensive. I'm talking about
Well, you
defensive
just-
attributes.
Defensive
Defend-
only attributes.
No.
Only
but
the-
I measure a defender based on a balance between both. Like Saliba's good on the ball, but he's an elite defending. Gabriel got better on the ball, and he's an elite defender. You got, for example, John Stones, elite on the ball, 2 out of 10 defend. It's fine. Like Rodri might be a better defender than him, for
I'll
example.
put Josko as a top six defender. I think it's the sixth or fifth.
Fair enough. Top 6 is crazy. I think you guys are, I'm going to be honest with you. I think you all are hiding behind Gavardiol injury. But if Arsenal fucking mentioned one injury in the history of the sport, right, you'd say, get on with it. You have this. It's your choice where you spend the money. When Havertz got injured last season, everyone, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be honest here about the narrative. And that's when the narrative changes, right, between clubs. When Arsenal had Havertz injured, and Arsenal didn't sign a striker, and they played Moreno up top, the narrative was everywhere, it's your choice not to sign a striker. When Chelsea had Delap injured and Joao Pedro was not performing, the narrative in the media was it's your choice to give Jackson up and sign Delap and Joao Pedro and not have one elite striker ahead of Delap. Right? When Liverpool didn't sign a defender, the narrative was you chose that, right? You chose that. But for you chose to spend the money on different types of defenders. So they're like, I'm sorry, there's no
care about
excuses.
the
Here we
narrative
go.
of the media.
Anton Semenyo, here we go, actually.
I don't care about the media narrative. I think if you have an injury, you're not planning on getting a
Well-
player in that position, you shouldn't move for a player in that position. And the target
Is it actually Semenyo? Here we go.
Semenyo is here we go, guys. Just to
But-
let you know.
Okay.
You go Marmoush didn't work. So you signed Savinio didn't work. You signed Marmoush. Like you signed Doku. Doku didn't work. You guys signed Semenyo. Semenyo
Maybe
didn't work. You
Semenyo can
signed
play
Marmoush.
centre back.
No, that's not
Semenyo,
really.
and then
what
now you're
happened.
signing Semenyo.
Saga is not a player for today. He's a player for tomorrow.
What?
Come on.
I don't think he's as bad. Look, the City community wants him
Wallah,
dead.
I think
and
people
wants
think
him
we have
gone.
agendas against City.
I
Wallah,
don't.
I've never seen something like this, bro. I've never seen, bro. Like, how does it work like this? But it's okay. It's like,
Yeah, I just don't. Look. Sometimes you buy players that are not for today. Like for example, Vito Hayes, Husanov, Savio, and even Doku when we bought him. You buy players to develop in the club and to become great players in the future. I think Savio is one of those players. I think Mamouche is one of those players that you buy for the here and now. Same for Grinders. He's a player for the here and now. I think Savio, Doku, Kusanov, Hayes, they're players that are going to grow into the team instead of slotting right into the team. You'd never expect a 20-year-old to get into one of the best sides in Europe. Like,
But
he's
why did you
the
take it
amount.
from Girona then? Like-
Sam, you had the video ready already. You had the video ready for Semenyo. Here we go. Oh my word. I've never seen this.
I released.
What? Fab had a video for Semenyo.
Yeah, because I.
The way you guys played that was disgusting, by the way. That you let him like play for Bournemouth, like
It was Bournemouth.
Just one more
Bournemouth that
time.
wanted him.
Bournemouth
that one.
Bournemouth, I love.
Guys, let's go and like Osama's video. I just like Osama's video.
Yeah. Go watch it.
Oh,
After this.
But
man.
seriously though, like
for
you've
my
got,
haircut.
Wow,
That's how
that's a
much-
good signing, man.
But to be fair, Martin, I do think that him playing against you was
As you
actually
said,
good
here
for
we
you
go, I
guys
really
because he
said
was
that.
absolutely atrocious against
he
you
was
guys.
terrible against us and
was
against
terrible.
Chelsea. I don't know what happened to him, but Husam's like
His head wasn't at Bournemouth anymore. At that level, if you drop your concentration level by 5%,
well, he started.
difference between-
I was like, Semenyo, relax. Like the first 5-10 minutes, he was like he was running everywhere on the field, like he was trying to win the game on his own, and then I guess he ran out of energy or motivation. But it'll be interesting to see whether he's actually as good as everyone thinks he is, or if it was kind of a purple patch and he's just going to find himself like a Nathan Ake or something.
I think he looks like a good player, but I do have a lot of question marks around his creativity because his passing numbers are very bad, very bad. His shooting numbers and ability to get into good positions to score are very good, but usually those positions are on the back post, and Haaland is the one that takes those areas for us. So
City
gonna
fans
have
are
to find
similar
different
to the City fans just don't realize they're very similar to every other fan base. They were different. You signed Savinio last summer, right? Not this summer, the summer before, right? You signed Savinio when he was in La Liga team of the season. Am I
that
wrong?
was his actual first season as a.
But he was
in
team of the
Europe.
season, right?
Yeah.
Once you become La Liga team of the season, you're not in the future. You're ready now. You're ready today.
I don't think
When you're
it can happen.
like, let me tell you this example. Cole Palmer winning Young Player of the Season and getting 34 GA. If someone went and snatched Palmer from Chelsea that time, that is Palmer for now, not for the future. His age is irrelevant. When you win these trophies,
Yep.
you win these awards, you aren't for the future. You are ready today. You are
But I
ready
think you
today.
can also-
Kvaratskhelia was young. He was in Serie A tearing apart. They didn't sign him for the future. They signed him to win now, and they won now. The fact that Savini did the work, you guys can just sit down and say, we got this one wrong. It's okay. It's all right. It's
Again,
no
I
shame in
really
these
don't
things, you know?
yes.
Wallahi, I think
No.
it's okay, broski.
I'm one of the people in the city because the city community wants Savio dead. Like they want this guy. They were wishing injury on this guy. They were wishing him to go. Like they were trying to. Like it's been nasty with Savio in the city community. Like people want him gone. I'm one of the few people who actually thinks that there is a good player in that kid. I remember the game against Arsenal where he leaves Calafiori on his ass and throws the ball in.
The
half
one
in
good thing he's
Haaland's
done in the
ball.
Premier League.
I remember him demolishing Chelsea's
I'm just-
backline in the first game of the season.
I don't
I
know.
remember him against.
Guardiola, and now Savinho is a good player. I give up, brother.
But we heard from City fans
He
that
has a
Semenyo
good-
was going to
there
come
is
and
a good
score
player
20
in
goals.
football.
Who's the greatest player watching?
Who's what?
Who's the GOAT of football?
Of football for me?
Yeah.
Messi.
Good opinion.
But we heard from
You're-
City fans.
Hold on, you are Brazilian and Messi's your goat.
No, there is nothing wrong with that.
I mean, it's Messi. The guy.
Yeah.
It's Messi, right? I can't turn around and say that guy is good.
Here we go. I want to say something about this. But
Yeah,
anyway,
no,
I
wait.
want to go back. Have you guys noticed that there is no conversation about Arsenal anymore just because they're 6 points ahead? Has anyone noticed? Like there is not a lot going on. Like this is just you talk about Arsenal now, and most of the things, yeah, they're good. They're gonna win the league, and that's it. It's all about finding why City will not win the league, why City are bad, And I still think that Arsenal will win the league. I don't think City will drop off, but I think I agree with what Ashraf said earlier. I think that the gap will increase.
But also, like, I think you're. Because I do think that Arsenal has a very good side. If it is the Arsenal for a season ago or 2 seasons ago who's in the title race, I'm still confident that we can win the league. But the fact that we're already 6 points behind, I predict we're going to have no fit centre back after the just Josko Vadio as a fit centre back after the
I like
Brighton
this.
game, and I just don't see a way for us to be able to.
That's the energy we need. This is the energy we need, my man. Poppy, that's the energy we need. The chest. The chest
Line
is
three.
out.
And I
That's
also
the
think
energy we need.
losing your two main centre backs in the same game.
You didn't
having your
lose them both center back. Diaz is gonna come back within 3 games.
I think it's going to be more of a 2-month thing. I don't think it's going to be a 1-month thing.
Okay, but once you buy Guehi, there's no excuse then.
I don't know. First of all, I don't think Guehi is as good as
wallahi,
people are
no.
making him out to be.
Am I the only
I
one
just-
fighting this fight here? They bought a winger. They're gonna go and buy Guehi. By the way, there are
Surely Pep
news.
can do
Sam,
something,
I know
right?
that you said they're not signing Guehi. I actually think that they're about to offer
Yeah.
more money for Guehi.
Right.
I think
I don't think
if we were to sign either
it's a very bad
Slotterback or
business decision. He's free literally in 4 months.
I know, but they're gonna give him the guarantees. They don't want to lose out on the season. They're gonna
I
offer
still
him more
think that
money.
They will sign a center back. I just don't think it'll be Guehi. I think it might be. I don't know what Spartacus has heard, but it might be like a Schlotterbeck from Dortmund or something like that.
or I think he's a better signing for us than
Yeah, because
then,
he
uh,
is obviously,
Guehi.
because as Spartacus mentioned, they
Okay,
need a player
whatever
that
they
can
sign,
come back.
Osam, whatever they sign, they're gonna sign a center back. Is there an excuse?
if it is, in my opinion, if we do sign one of Alexander from Lille and Schlotterbeck,
I don't
from
think there's an
Dortmund,
excuse for City anyway.
I think we can still compete for the league. I think if we don't sign one of those, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. But there's no look. I think Guardiola, if he finds a way to win the league with this injury, with this side,
Don't say it.
I mean, I don't think there is any discussion on the greatest. I really don't think that there is. But I think if Guardiola finds us a winning side, and that
If he finds a way, he's just spent £500 million in 12 months.
So did
Like, it's
Arteta,
not
so
like
what's
it's a
the-
There you
stop
go,
sign.
Martin pocket watching again.
So did Arteta to build this
26 and he
squad.
ain't
So
changed,
what's
man.
The only way Arsenal don't win this league is if they let.
Why are you
Man City
pocket watching, Martin?
Why am I pocket watching? Because we're getting outspent like 2 to 1.
2026, can you change?
You
Can you
spent
change
half
it?
a billion. He spent half a billion.
stop
The other guy
pocket
spent
watching,
2
mate.
billion. Like, it's
How much
not even
Arteta
close.
spent since last winning a trophy?
He spent 900 and something
So
million
everybody
in
spends
6
money. So why are we
years.
talking
He's
about
averaged
money?
160 million a year. It's nothing.
So-
It's like
Can you
peanuts.
say it again?
He keeps winning. He keeps
160 million
winning.
a year is nothing. Wow.
It's the bare minimum to compete. You guys are spending 500 million a year.
Martin,
and they
Martin,
will-
fries in the bag, Martin.
Not a year.
Martin, fries in the
I'm
bag.
talking with the wrong crowd here. Everyone
let's-
spent money like crazy. Mo,
It's
Let's calm down.
2026. Everyone spends money.
How
It's
much did you spend?
2026. Fries in the bag. Oh my god.
Martin, you're making an average
Hold on.
over the 6
No,
years.
stop. I want everyone to
You make
stop
the
here and
average
say
for City
something.
as well.
I want
Something much
everyone
more
to
than
stop. I want everyone to stop here and say, we aren't gonna sit on this channel or on any channel and normalize spending $500 million in a calendar year. That is not going to happen on my watch. Even Liverpool fans, they said their own words, we have never seen this. This is abnormal. And they started acting weird, bro. Some Liverpool fans started acting weird on streams. They got twitches. They started twitching and they're like, well, we're winning. Some people said we're winning the quad. So $500 million in a calendar year isn't normal. Nobody done this, and I don't think it will be done. Man City are now, if they sign a center back, £450 million in one calendar year is weird, bro. Liverpool, £450 million in one window is weird. That doesn't happen, right? We're not going to sit here and say, by the way, that's very normal. That teams spend money. Yeah, teams spend 100, 200, not
Is
5.
it 450 million? Is it 450
Yes.
over three
Semenyo,
transfers or two?
2, Habibi. Sorry, 3. And it's not finished yet.
That's fine. That's not even that bad. That's
In a
actually
calendar year, in a calendar year, in a calendar year, that is a lot of money.
350 mil transfer windows is
You
not
are
that bad.
you're making it three. No, no,
wait,
you
wait,
are
wait,
making
wait,
it.
wait,
No, no,
wait,
no.
wait,
Here comes the more genders, man.
We are making it. Okay,
That's not crazy.
David. Summer January, $500 million is not normal.
It's not crazy.
Mo.
I just want to hear no one say anything about Arteta spending ever.
No, wallahi,
all
this
right,
is
never
ridiculous.
ever
No one
mention his
cares.
spending.
No one cares about
don't
Arteta
say
spending
anything
money.
about spending.
Everyone
because
brings it up to me on a
everybody
daily,
spends
like
a ton
it's-
of money. But
Who-
I don't
who-
still bring what
No
I
one
say
this
to you.
season has been like Arsenal have bought the league. Like, that's not been-
The first
Everyone says
conversation,
it.
Dave. The
That's
first
not been the
conversation. I
narrative.
swear to God, the first
Oh, that's
conversation
not nice.
in every
That's not-
stream, Dave, is that he spent $1 billion. He spent $1 billion. In 6 years, he spent $1 billion. 6 years, $1 billion, huh? Not one calendar year, huh? 6 years, $1 billion. By the way, 6 years, $1 billion, where he hasn't. Hold on. Let me just. I'm not defending Arteta. I'm just stating the facts. 6 years, $1 billion, when you haven't inherited Kevin De Bruyne, when you haven't inherited Fernandinho, when you haven't inherited Raheem
Aguero.
Sterling, you haven't inherited Aguero. So that $1 billion in 6 years without anybody, he hasn't inherited any name, right? Any name that is playing or played or contributed to the development of the team. I'm not saying that Pep spending is bad. You can spend whatever the fuck money you want, right? It's up to the club, right? But we're not going to sit here and say it's normal and it's a level playing field. If there is one coach, whoever that coach is, Arne Slot, Arteta, Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, is in 1 year have a budget, one calendar year of $500 million.
When has it ever been a level playing field?
No,
That doesn't exist in football. That doesn't exist in
City
football.
over the past.
Otherwise,
over the past
Brentford.
I'm not even
get bonus
defending
points for
Arsenal.
being
I'm not.
Brentford.
People that think I'm
This is-
defending. I'm not
this
even
is-
fucking defending
David's
Arsenal.
gaslighting me.
Wait.
How am I
Over the past
gaslighting
6
you?
years-
Naive,
I've been
man.
told
Defending
1,000
Arsenal at
times
all.
Arteta has spent too much money. He should
I
have
have
won the
not
league by
heard
now.
one-
And then
I
I
have not-
try and use
I have
that
not
argument
heard-
once.
I've not heard one person say Arsenal have bought the league. I've not heard that.
Are you
Over
you're
the
kidding me?
past
Over
6
the past
years.
6 years,
I've
Me
not heard
neither.
it.
people have been
I've
talking about
I've never heard that narrative. I've
Oh my
heard set
God.
piece FC. I've heard you guys.
I think
the
Arsenal
referee-
are gaslighting themselves.
How much
I've
Arteta spent like
I've
100
never
million.
heard someone say you bought the league. That's nonsense. That's nonsense.
Okay,
I
well,
just-
we'll just agree to never talk about
You're
money.
holding on to one negative thing and saying that's everyone. That's not true. It's not true.
I have it here on transfer market. City over the past 6 years spent about from anywhere from 900 to 1.2. Arsenal spent from 950 to 1.1. I'm sorry, there is no. Everybody's spending.
There is a
ton of
massive.
money.
There is a massive thing. Number one, okay, we need to acknowledge something. Arne Slot spending the $500 million on top of a title. Yes, they lost Trent. Yes, they lost Trent. Fine, and they sold Diaz and they sold Nunes, which is I don't think Diaz and Nunes are that important. They are probably Nunes and Diaz are the 8th important. Maybe Trent is the 3rd important or 4th important or 2nd. You can say whatever. You spending $500 million on top of that is the problem. I don't mind you spending $500 million to accelerate something. So you're saying in the last 6 years, Pep Guardiola have spent that money, but I want you to look at the team that $1.2 billion spent on top of. Like I wanted to get you the team, that squad that year. That's the Mourinho spoke about this. and then you talk about that 1.2 billion were in addition to the team you have, not to rebuild the team. So you're rebuilding in the middle. That's what I want to say. Right? There's a difference here. We gotta admit, if we're not gonna admit this shit, like Jurgen Klopp, for example, spent a lot of money, but fucking Ricky Lambert and Fabio fucking Borini and Jojo Shelby aren't players we say that he inherited to build on. With all due respect, you know what I mean?
Kolarov
So-
was a player things are inherited to build on. Kolarov, Zabaleta, Clichy.
No, that's back. Zabaleta's fantastic.
But he
Zabaleta's
was already gone.
Zabaleta's in conversation with the best right back.
But at the time, like he wasn't a great player anymore. Like at the time that Pep got him, he wasn't a great player anymore.
No, we're not talking about Pep Guardiola's time at City. Hold on. Pep Guardiola's been here for 10 years. Okay, we're talking about, you spoke about the last 6 years.
Okay, so the 6 years. Okay.
If you
Let's
want to
go.
talk about Pep Guardiola's spending at Man City, I think it's 2 billion.
Let's go to the 6 years back then. So 20.
I don't know,
Problem
but I
is
think
he's using net spend because transfer market adds in the sales. If you want to
No,
talk
I'm
about
not
pure,
using
like,
net spend,
outright
no.
spend,
I'm not using that spend there.
Okay.
No, I'm using total.
I'm worried
transfer.
about how you
my
guys
man,
are spending this money.
we're talking about Pep Guardiola. Pep fucking Guardiola inherited Yaya Toure. Yaya
He
Toure.
was already he couldn't move at the time anymore.
Maybe he's
But
got
that's
a
not
birthday
my
cake.
point. I don't think people get my point. I'm not dissing Pep. I am not. I am with David. David said, has it ever been a level playing field?
No, it's
Okay, we
never
agree
been a
with
level
you.
playing field.
We agree.
I don't know why.
Never
I
been
don't
like
even
a
know why
place,
we're
though.
talking money. We're here to talk football. Why are we talking money?
Everybody has
They're
the money to
pretending like
spend
no
a
one's ever
shit
told
ton,
that
and they
to them.
are already spending a shit
I'm gonna
ton.
tell you
So
why we
why
have to talk about the money, David. I'm gonna tell you why we have to talk about the money a little. Because you talk
Before
about
you judge.
Liverpool. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna forget City and Arsenal completely. I'm gonna take it to the Liverpool fans in the chat, and we have one of the biggest Liverpool content creators. The reason why they are saying that even if Arne Slot turned it around and we reached the semi-final of the Champions League or a quarter-final and we made third in the league, we failed, is not because of last season. It's because of the money spent on top of the last season team. You get the point. So the money is a factor here. If Arne Slot spent normally 100 mil or 200 million in the summer, for example, and they went on and came third, Liverpool fans say, yeah, we won the league, but listen, we didn't buy a lot of players and stuff, and there were players aging, Trent left. Yeah, third is okay. We go again next year. We're rebuilding. But because of that much money they spent and the names they got, they are asking Arne Slot to win. That's what they're asking. Anything else is a failure. So the money is a factor in what you do. The money is there is a reason why the clubs, the smaller clubs, are not being asked to win the league because they cannot compete financially with the top. Because Bournemouth just had to sell Semenyo because they can't compete with Man City, David. So the money is a massive factor in who is entitled to win the league, who can compete, and who must win the league, and who should be demanded to win the Premier League. The money is a big factor here.
Yeah, but
Plus, there's also the example of when we spend money.
Arsenal didn't spend like 250 mil in the summer to improve their own squad. So it's just,
Yeah, we bought 8 players and
this
they
is a
all
nonsense
bought
conversation.
fairly
We've
well.
all got money to spend. We've all got money to spend. So what's the
So,
point?
Can I answer this? Remember when we bought Pepe for 75 million and we had to pay for him over 5 or 6 years? When Arsenal makes a mistake on a player, we pay for it over several years. We pay for that player and then we sell them for nothing because everyone's told them they're rubbish. When Man City makes a mistake, they just buy another one. They just it's like a roll of toilet paper. It's whatever. Fuck Marmouche.
We
Fuck that guy.
Because they sell better than
we
you.
also
They sell better.
we also have
Arsenal's,
but we also
to
have
this day,
still-
one of Arsenal's top sales is like Oxlade-Chamberlain to Liverpool.
Yeah, we're not trying to be a selling club, but we have to pay for it when we make a mistake on a signing.
No,
We
it's
do
not
put
about
in-
being a
you
selling
do
club.
hold
It's about
that
being, it's
for a
about using
while.
your
we
brain.
stop?
If you've got
No.
you can't. No.
I
You
think
can't.
it's-
No. Wait. No. Let me talk. No. Let me talk because that's stupid.
No.
You can't sit
You
there and
guys
say,
are
"Oh my god."
like
You- no,
flip
no,
for
no, no.
profit club. I
No,
don't
you
even know
can't
why
sit-
you
no,
guys
no.
are talking. Like
You can't-
it doesn't make
You
sense.
can't sit there and be like, "Oh, we don't get to replace our players." It's like, "Oh, we don't get to replace our players because we don't have the money." But then also you sell poorly. You can't have both ways. If
What's that?
we're selling like Man City did, then fine, let's have a conversation. But you're not.
And also,
City had
let's
a
not
very
pretend-
special arrangement in
Martin.
Barcelona where they would just pay whatever they wanted for like Man City rejects.
Let's
Like, I
not
don't want to get into
pretend.
this whole net spend stuff because one, I'm not trying to be a club that sells players all the time. Like, that's not like a medal that I don't care what our highest sale is. You guys can like compete over that, right? I've been a feeding club before. That's how Man City was born. They took half our players. I don't want to celebrate how much we sold them for. So when I'm talking about a club that has to pay for making mistakes in transfers, Chelsea's not one of those, and City's not one of those. Because if you've got a guy that doesn't work,
we sell, Martin,
and you get another one.
But Martin, that's also not true. City still.
Okay,
No,
guys.
Putting Semenyo has done his head in.
This is not the Economist newspaper. I want to ask the question now. So Semenyo, here we go. Let's get the initial reaction of Spartacus since he's a City fan. Talk to me, brother. Spartacus, Semenyo's a City player now. How do you feel about it?
Good squad option.
Squad option.
Whoa! Doesn't he walk into your left hand? Whoa!
I don't think he starts over. I don't think he starts over Doku, and I don't think he starts over Chelsea. I don't think he starts, especially over Turkey. I don't think he starts over him.
You know what? What? That might not be that crazy. It might not be that
70
crazy.
mil for a backup, that's fine.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I think Bournemouth have sold very
Again, how much did Arsenal pay for Eze? I kind of forgot about that.
65.
I don't think he starts over.
Oh, so 65 for a bench option. How much did you guys pay for?
Well, Eze actually
for...
started a bunch of games. I think he actually assisted that goal against you guys to equalize, and he got a hat trick
bench
against
option.
Spurs. And he actually played very well. I don't know if this Eze thing's going to
think-
work. Semenyo would have to come in and start cooking.
Yeah, I think Semenyo will be the same thing that Eze is for you, but for us.
Do you really need him, or are you just buying him so that he doesn't go to Arsenal? Or like, I don't understand it. You need defenders, and you're buying Semenyo.
I don't think we need him, but I don't think the club is going to buy a player not to let him go to someone else.
But it seems like a short-term, like, let's just buy another attacker for fun, help our title race, and then the end of the year, you're like, well, maybe we shouldn't have spent all that money in January like last time when you guys spent on Kusanov and all those guys that didn't really work out.
I agree. Oh, sorry. I agree. I think we've spent money badly right now, and I think this is why we're seeing that we don't have as much of a depth as we should have right now.
Can I ask something? Should Arsenal go and spend money as well in the January transfer window?
Maybe. Do you guys think that there is a weakness in Arsenal squad? Maybe buy a striker?
First of all, let's just take a step back.
Do you guys understand? You guys don't understand.
Just 1 second. Semenyo is 100% starting at Manchester City because he's an upgrade on Doku and he's an upgrade on Semenyo. No one's talking about the right-hand side. Semenyo is a left winger. We have to accept he's a left winger. He's not a right winger. That's where he plays for Bournemouth. Mo actually thought that he was a right winger. He went and he checked on transfer market. He plays mostly on the left. He's not.
Yes,
right
he's a left winger.
Yes, he's a left winger. So he's he has more GA combined than all your wingers put together. Actually, he's the highest scoring winger in the entirety of the English Premier League. I didn't want Semenyo at Liverpool personally because I don't think that's the profile that we need. But Semenyo at Manchester City is different because he's a goal-scoring winger. He's someone that can definitely, score goals for Manchester City, which is important. We sit here and we say every stream, what happens if Haaland doesn't score? Semenyo is now an answer. Semenyo is not a creative spark. He's not any of that. Semenyo is a goal scorer. But the reason why it works at Manchester City is because guess what? You have creators all around. You got Cherki, who's a creator, Foden, who can create, Rodri, who can create from deep. You got creative full backs as well. So you're looking at complete creativity around them both. So now you added a second goal scoring option, which is very important in my opinion. So I think Semenyo is automatically the second best winger at Manchester City behind Cherki. I think he definitely starts. He's not going to be he's not just going to be an option. Like literally, as soon as he wears the City shirt, he's starting next game left wing. So I think it's very good.
This is where I disagree with you.
One second, let me just land this. I think it's a very good signing for Manchester City, but it's not what they need. Not in terms of a winger. It's not what they need in terms of a player. Because I think Manchester City right now need a centre back more than anything else. Having said that, Semenyo still starts at Man City. Sorry, Jacko wanted to say something. My bad. Go ahead, Jacko, because it's very rare.
Yeah. So, all right, okay, nice, man.
But I just checked the GA and it's 12. Yes, 12 GA. It's actually, I didn't know he had that much like goals and assists. So I think he's going to be a great addition to your team, especially in transition at times, because I could see Man City in a lot of transition like opportunities, especially this season with your lack of controlling possession, like you were complaining about. I mean, your most important player is gone, so it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I think I would give it like in terms of signing, I have to give it a grade. I'll give it like a B. Yeah, just a B, not a B plus, not a B minus. Just give it a B.
Mo, are you starting Doku or Semenyo?
I love both. I think Semenyo better for a couple of reasons. Semenyo, by the way, take-ons are actually crazy. Actually, he's very good in dribbling, and I think the physical aspect is gonna help Man City massively.
Low block versus Bournemouth style as well. Keep this in mind.
Bournemouth, I think if I'm not mistaken, aren't one of the low block teams. So Semenyo dribbles in tight space.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'll stop you here because that's not my argument.
Okay.
I'm saying City face a lot of low blocks. That's what I mean. So Semenyo at Manchester City is expected to dribble in tight spaces. That's the difference.
Like Doku, but however, Man City changed the way they play a little bit. They're way more direct now than before. So I think he will have the spaces. And also, I actually believe that Semenyo can dribble in tight spaces. He's not... I think his dribbling is similar to Saka, relies on speed and body shifts instead of like the flicks and tricks. Instead of Shirky, the nutmeg, the move, the quick with the ball, like the ball control, it's more of the body shifts and the feints and drop the shoulders. And I think
he's very physical too. Like he'll shoulder barge guys.
Number one, that's another thing that Man City fans don't talk about, right? Is because you get pressed a lot more now than before, and Donnarumma plays long, having a winger
aerial presence.
Next to Haaland will actually now. The opposition will not know who to mark in the long balls from Donnarumma because they know that most of your long balls are going to Erling Haaland trying to hold the defender. Now Semenyo can win first ball. Semenyo can win the ball in the air, and he is very strong physically. That adds a lot to your armory, actually. A lot. If it was me, I would actually play Semenyo on the right and play Doku on the left, actually. If it was me, I would actually I would play Shirky as a 10 behind Haaland, and I would drop Foden, or I would play Foden and drop Shirky, and maybe I'll play Rodri and Reinders, and I'll drop Bernardo Silva. Because I believe having two wingers to hold the widths like this for City is literally like that is a weapon, because now everyone knows that the speed is coming from City's left side and the flair is coming from the right side. They know that if the ball is going to Shirky, it's going to be a slow build-up, slow attack. It's not going to be as quick. It's not going to be... We don't need to double on Shirky as much as we need to double on Doku, because Doku can get out of the press of the opposition, which is what City use all the time. City use Doku to get out of the press. They get the ball to Doku, he either win the free kick or he actually dribbles. But Semenyo on the right and Doku on the left will confuse oppositions, which is what people... Now with Arsenal having Trossard and having Saka, that's what adds to Arsenal's attack. Because Trossard can be an outlet and Saka can be an outlet, right? That's what happened. Mane and Salah. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that they're similar, but Mane and Salah comes to mind when you say, you don't know who to focus on. Because you know center-backs, anyone that played football will know what I'm talking about. The two center-backs always have someone as a place to lean on. Left or right, they know the strong side of the opposition, right? It's going to be left. So their focus is mainly like they are okay with leaving the right back or the left back isolated with the winger if they know that winger is not as quick. There is recovery. We can recover even if it gets dribbled. Having Semenyo and Doku on either side will absolutely, it should destroy the balance of the opposition, the back four or the back five. I hope I explained it well.
I think the biggest thing that Semenyo is going to bring to City, and I don't think either of you guys mentioned it, is actually the off-ball situation. Because currently what we're doing is the two wingers, they come inside as midfielders, and the two midfielders, the two eights, they call one as a 10 and one as a second striker to press the opposition. The difference between having Cherki and Doku moving inside and having Doku and Semenyo moving inside to be those eights, those midfielders, it's going to be massive. It's going to be a huge difference because it's a very, very, very good off-ball player. So I think the defensive aspect is going to actually be much better with Semenyo on the pitch. But the thing that I don't think that Doku can do as well on the right as he's doing on the left.
That's why I'll say Semenyo, both footed, can play on the right.
Yes, that's why. And by the way, as well, Spartacus, keep in mind, I don't want to bring up the whole money conversation again. We've got to take it in mind. That you paying 65 million pounds for him shows me that he's going to be a starter and not a bench player. Let's be honest about this.
I don't think necessarily is true though.
Now he's gonna bring up Grealish.
No, I wasn't actually gonna bring Grealish on.
No, not you, Mo, not you, Mo. Because as soon as he said, well, I knew he was going to go like, oh, they paid 100 million for Jack Grealish. And
they paid 100 million for Grealish, bro. It took them a year to embed the guy in the team, bro. Big up everyone that joined us from Forest Fan TV. Big up you people escaping relegation, winning and putting West Ham to the sword. Actually putting a massive distance between them and West Ham, actually 6 pointers, and they're 6 points ahead of West Ham, actually. Big up everyone in Forest Fan TV. Hit that like button and subscribe. The reason why I said, and I'm gonna say, I like the narratives. You know what I mean? I just want you to imagine, guys, that Arsenal signed Gyökeres in the summer. If Arsenal go in this January transfer window and they're like, you know what? We're gonna go and sign another striker. I want you guys to imagine the headlines. Arsenal target a striker. I want you to imagine the headlines. I want people to be honest about this in the heart of hearts and tell me the lineup you think is going to be written about Arsenal if they go and sign a striker in this summer, in this window, January. Forget Havertz, forget Jesus.
Gyökeres flop, question mark.
Exactly that. Gyökeres flop.
Arteta
talent ID. Berta failed.
What was
Arteta
Martin
talent
cooking
ID.
when he said he should fight for Havertz? What was Martin cooking?
Well, I remember you saying that was the
sometimes is
worst
not
football
delusional.
take in history of YouTube, but
Maybe we should listen to Martin more. He's not that
accept your
delusional.
apology.
Maybe I should listen to you, Martin, I swear. He said
Yeah,
that
maybe,
they should
maybe.
all fight
Can I tell you,
to the place.
This thing
right.
is
Cisco shit as well. Cisco shit as well.
I blame that on Amarim Man United tax.
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say
but
that.
here's the thing,
Gyökeres
though,
plays a
Sesko,
lot
I'll be
better
honest
than
with you.
Gyökeres.
Can I say something crazy? I take Gyökeres over Sesko even now. I'm not convinced with Sesko at all. I see nothing there.
It's a bit of a shit sandwich compared to, like, you know, there's no winners.
I think
in that,
both are
in that
garbage,
debate.
man.
At
I
least
do think
Gyökeres
that
is a wrestler. What does Sesko do?
Yeah.
I do think that Arsenal should have gone for Nketiah to compete against Liverpool because I thought that guy is a baller. That guy is a baller.
Yeah, I think people
Hold
are
on,
like
so
too
can I ask
impressed by
something?
step over.
Are
I
you
said
not-
this
I-
multiple times. I said this multiple
Martin,
times.
are you not dipping in the market at all?
Martin,
I
are
think
you?
we would have to sell people. We've already got a problem of, like, the bench. If everyone's fit, there's going to be 3 or 4 good players that have to actually miss out in the squad. So,
Okay.
and we're a little bit like, I don't know how to say it, emotional or loyal. I don't think we would sell the players that would have to be sold, like Jesus or Havertz or Trossard or Martinelli. Like, everyone's attached to these players too much for them to actually be sold. So I think you have to do that to make room.
I think it's hard. You're saying that, like, you have to pay the price for having bad signings. I think we're also seeing that on City a lot more now because we're not
Yes,
winning
super
as much.
Chelsea.
Because it's hard to move players who are in a lot of money that realistically that are not currently worth that money. So, for example, for us, John Stones, Colin Phillips, even Jack Grealish to an extent, was hard to move him. RK, so those players, they're not easy to move to get out of the club. And for you guys to be able to buy somebody, you guys need to be able to get Jesus out to get.
Well, you guys have a huge advantage because you won the league, right? Any player that's part of a league-winning squad, you can sell for money to someone. Like, you guys sold Zinchenko to us for 40 million. I thought that was a pretty good job. But we are on the other side. We're a banter club, and every one of our players is crap. And, you know, it's very hard to get money for Arsenal players who have been crap on for a long time.
Yeah,
Just
I
another
agree with
thing.
that.
Martin Narratives. Welcome to YouTube, guys.
But I don't think that's incorrect.
Not a narrative.
In the league, you're worth a little bit more money, yes.
Martin Gender.
But
Martin Gender.
would anybody realistically pay as much as Arsenal paid for Jesus if he didn't win the league? Because I think that guy's crap. I think he's proper.
No. I remember you went back on your word. You admitted that he was a baller and you like technical players. So how does that work if you think?
How do you know this?
He was on a stream like 2 weeks ago. I remember Spartacus.
Wait.
So I was in the
I
chat.
think he's a terrible striker, but not a
Okay.
terrible player.
Okay, yeah, all right. So you don't
So I
hate him. You
think
just hate him
he's-
because he didn't score goals, not because he's very good with the ball.
No, I don't. The thing that I don't like about him is that he should have moved to the
I
right
like
or
Jesus.
left wing
I
a
like
long time ago, or playing a two-striker formation because he's not a 9 and he's not a false 9. I've said this ever since he played for Palmeiras. He's not a 9 nor a false 9. He's a second striker or winger, one of those two.
I'm so
the
used
fact
to
that
this
he's-
problem. Like it's crazy. Like all of our players don't actually have a position. Like Havertz isn't a striker. Marino's not a midfielder. Rice isn't an 8. You know, everyone's playing somewhere where they're not supposed to be. So whatever. I like Jesus because when you look at Gyökeres try and dribble, it looks like Shrek, and Havertz can't finish either. So I might as well have Yoga Benito going on. You know.
Let me do the super
They
chats,
look like
guys. So we can
Shrek.
reach. Why is every City fan now? We did this, Akia. Thank you. The league is over if City play like they did. Yes. Ed is saying Osama is toxic Avengers. We did this. A Brazilian who has supported Man City all his life. No offense. That sounds like an oxymoron. Big up anyway. He can tell you the story. It's very simple story.
Yeah. So basically, me grandpa used to go to church, and the priest from that church was from Manchester, and he supported Man City. So he got my grandpa into Manchester City, and then my grandpa got me into Manchester City. So that's the story.
See,
That's
Akia, it's a very simple story.
What
It's a
year was
very
that?
nice story.
What year was that?
What, my grandpa met the priest, or I got?
Yeah,
into
when he
City?
converted you to a Man City fan, like what? Like I'm wondering how much of a punishment that would be on someone. Like you go to a foreign country and you're like, here,
I
support
don't
this
think
crap team.
I don't think Spartacus is old to see the dark City days. He's not old enough.
2002. I was before the takeover, so I did see City
Really?
not score a goal for about 6 years. Yeah, for about 6 months. Yes.
Oh, okay. It's kind of crazy.
Wow.
As Don had laid the way,
He might
we
be the
are
realest
leopard
fan
on the tree.
on this panel.
You're not a leopard on the tree. يا أخي, leopard
JJ?
on the tree is after signing fucking Chiesa. Leopard on the tree is not after Hinch Capia, Gyökeres, Mosquera, Eze, and telling me leopard on the tree. I'm gonna put the fries in the back. Leopard on the tree also
Doesn't matter
includes
what
the
you
new
spend,
manager.
Hussam.
It
Doesn't
includes
matter.
the new manager post Jurgen Klopp. Put
We
the
worked
burger.
out that money doesn't matter. Everyone spends. So
No,
we're an
that's
elephant in the
not-
tree.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. You said that we spend 450 million every year, which is a lie. So
I didn't say every year. I just said this
Yes, you
year.
did.
This is
So
like
then
how
go
can we
back to
compete?
the-
I think you're confusing Gavardiol and Diaz. That's what I think, though. I think so too.
if he said
Yes.
Diaz, I would have understood it. Guardiola, I think, is crazy.
I
It's
think it's
confusing
easy.
both.
Everyone hates
Diaz is better. Maybe he's talking about me, and Gavardiol is better for build-up play, and Stones is good at defending. And people just say he's bad because he's good on the ball.
By the way, no one thinks Guardiola is bad. I just don't think he's City's
I
most
don't think
important
he's
player.
bad. I think he's very good defender. I just don't think he's
very good.
fantastic.
He's very good. He's just not City's most important
And I
defender.
think Diaz is good on the build-up play as well. I think Stones is just not good at defending, Adam. That's what I think. I think he's fantastic on the ball.
Guardiola's also a mostly
So-
forward foot player, right? Like he's more like a Calafiori where he gets up
Yes.
the wing and he gets all over the
Yes.
place. It's not like a Gabriel where he loves defending and just likes to destroy people.
Yes.
I don't get the Gabriel comparisons.
The
So-
Blue Lounge is saying Osam is. Let me just read this. Osam is multitasking. 100%.
Always.
He's multitasking.
I had the video ready before my haircut even.
So can I know when have you recorded this video? Is that something
3
that
days ago.
before the haircut?
Oh
Yeah,
man,
bro. Semenyo
You
to
had a
City is
haircut?
the worst kept secret. Like we fucking know he's going City.
Mo, where did you find the City waffler? The City is Spartacus.
He's not
Just-
waffling.
He's not a
Brazil.
waffler. He's not a
He's not
waffler.
waffling. He just
I
has
do waffle
different
from
opinions.
I do waffle from time to time, though.
Glorious is saying our defense is our only worry. Every other position in the team, no excuses.
Yes, but here's the thing. Keep glorious. Here's the problem I have with this. And this is just me.
I was
being
gonna
consistent.
answer. I was gonna.
Same way I said last season that there is no excuses for Arsenal. There is no excuses for you, buddy. This is life. Is it harsh? Yes. Is it how it is? Yes. You know who's playing up top for me on Thursday? Cody fucking Gakpo. That's my striker at the fucking Emirates. I ain't got Mo. I ain't got Ekitike. I ain't got Isak. McAllister's moving like he's in a wheelchair. Shit is bad right now. So all these excuses, there is no excuse, Habibi. You are right now in a title race. You got the best manager in history of football. You've spent 100 gazillion million. So you telling me, oh, you have no center backs. Oh, I'm supposed to cry?
Glorious, I'm gonna tell you something.
Before you
Arsenal actually, the only worry for them is their attack. Their midfield and defense are very good. There are no excuses.
I think he's talking about City.
I know he is. His name is Glorious MCFC.
Yeah, of course.
So
I'm not saying that about Arsenal. So I say that about.
I'm just saying the same exact super chat and just another. And okay, let me just say that. Tevin,
he's making an
Arsenal
example.
Fan. Tevin, Arsenal fan, is sending a super chat, $5 super chat, all the way from Florida. Tevin, our attack is my only worry. Every other position in my team, we have no excuses.
Spartacus, he's basically doing the same thing.
No, I understand. Yeah, but again, like,
big up Tevin.
I think the Arsenal thing, though, like, when you have this as solid of a defense as Arsenal does, the attack is not as important.
I don't know. I feel like people seem to conflate this defense thing like it's just the players. I feel like we play a certain way. The whole team works on the defense. It's a system. But then people will complain that we're not attacking enough. But then if we go and attack more, we'll go and leak a bunch of goals, and then we'll lose that thing that we had in the first place. So I think they're all connected. But I want to know why Pep and Haaland and Foden and Cherky, the best baller the world's ever seen, can't solve this problem without defense. Just go win 5-4 like Emery does every week and forget about defending. Just play like Reinders as a centre back. Go nuts. I'm serious.
Our attack is my only worry. Every other position, our team, no excuse.
Oh God, I love this chat, man. You guys are a bunch of toxic frauds, man.
W7 for 7 subs.
The super chat should have been $4.99 as well. The super chat should have been $4.99 instead of $5.
Yeah, but he uses Android, not the iPhone. That's
fair enough.
Big up Kevin. Big up Kevin. W's for Kevin in super chat. Look at this. You go 1, 2, 1, 2.
Actually, he spent a cent more, Glorious.
Yeah,
and 1 cent more, he defeated you.
Big up, Tevin.
The next super chat I have to respond to. I'm sorry, the Sean one.
El Mahdist, not Sean.
Okay, the one after.
City also give Haaland his dad agent 100 mil.
Okay, and now you're doing too much down the other side. So what?
If
I had Erling Haaland up top, I'd give Alfie whatever the fuck he wanted to. Take my money, Alfie.
But you have the best striker on the planet. Like, what we're gonna do?
No, but he's saying he sent this about the net spend. People don't understand that. Okay, so for example, Erling Haaland reaching $1 million a week is something that nobody else can do in the league. Like no one else can afford to pay someone in the league with bonuses $1 million a week. That nobody.
Listen,
can.
Salah had to win 2 Premier League titles, 4 Golden Boots, and 2 Playmaker Award to get 400 grand a week at Liverpool. So it's different.
After begging and threatening and messages sent to the board, not like it was not willingly gave Salah 400k. It took them months to actually get the money. So I'm just saying, it's just
if you have Haaland,
that's why that net spend. That's why net spend. But we sell well, yeah. But you pay higher wages, right? Like, but you pay high wages. That's why you can maybe do this. Like you can get this player. You have more money. Oh my God, this player makes something. Like Inter, for example, in 2010, we had Schneider, Melito, and we bought them cheap. And Julio Cesar. Some of them used to make astronomical wages in comparison. Some of them used to make astronomical wages in comparison with the rest of the league. So it wasn't about the spending. It was about, okay, our wage bill is up here.
I was wondering that the other day. I saw like a list of all the most expensive signings. I'm like, where's Mbappe? And it's like, oh, wait, he was free. And I'm like, well,
Not
free.
really.
Like, doesn't it? Maybe he feels bad
You know,
about that. Like,
Mbappe made in his pocket 100 mil in his pocket.
right, which no one will count.
Oh, he's making a
he
lot
won't
more
even
than
count on
that.
those lists.
Know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the signing bonus was 100 mil, right? But no one counted that towards the net spend of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
You know that PSG still had to play the loyalty bonus for Mbappe after he left.
He made so
Sean
much
is here
money.
saying, if money is a
Yeah.
factor, then Emery is better than every manager
90 mil.
in the league right now. It is silly argument, in my opinion. Osam,
I do rate
Sam?
Emery very highly.
Can I just make a quick thing?
I
Sam?
think Emery's a like mid table
You might want to text him.
manager. I think that's a really good mid table.
Hi guys, sorry, I didn't realize. My bad.
unmute the fucking stream, Tayyip.
My bad. Sorry, I just received the message. Sorry. Yes, Sean. Actually, according to Footy Judge Mo statistics, which we have looked at before, Unai Emery spends a lot of money, brother. So when it comes to spending money, Unai Emery spent a shitload of money at Aston Villa. How much was the figure, Mo?
400 plus million in 3 years.
Jeez.
There you go.
That's about as
There was
much
a
as
moment in
Check
time
my
where
manager.
Unai Emery had spent,
Fraud.
I
By the
think in
way,
a three-
I'm going to tell you something. I'm just, at that
in
time,
a
Arteta
3-year
was
run, he
asked to
spent
win
more
the
than
league.
Klopp, by the way. He spent more than Klopp, literally. So
This is a very important stream. I want everyone to know that I'm never going to hear anyone talking about how much Arteta spent ever again, right? Because apparently, A, that doesn't happen, which makes me sound like a crazy person, and B, money just doesn't matter anymore. We're just going to say everyone spends money and then all good.
Martin, I can guarantee from my mouth you're not
Nah,
gonna hear that, 'cause
Arteta's
I don't
different,
use
bro.
that.
Because it's been 5 years.
Arteta's
bro.
different, Jacko. Why?
So
Wow,
fine.
bro.
So if Arteta
I'm
win the
I'm
league
trolling,
this
I'm
season,
trolling, by the
okay,
way.
hold on, guys. So if Arteta wins the league this season, he's allowed to spend whatever the fuck he wants. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing
one will
from
count. No
everyone?
counting.
Whatever the fuck he wants,
No counting.
and there are no gonna be any
because I'll
like
use this
pressure.
against you in the future, just so you know. I remember.
How?
Sure. Like, I don't
I
care
remember.
about. I don't care. Hussam, here's a good thing for you to use against Hamza, by the way. He had a £200 bet with me that Liverpool are going to win 20 games on the bounce this season.
Thank you, Taven.
Oh, really?
Yep.
When did he do that?
He's not even allowed to bet the motherfucker. I'm gonna insult him though. I'll insult him for you.
It was a couple of days before the 24-hour space, actually 72-hour space that he made.
Sparta.
Melting
You're on
down
his
of the-
spaces.
Not really, no. I stopped that a long time ago. Way too toxic, way too negative. I don't like that.
Fairs. I get it.
In Aston Villa, he spent 110, 150,
He spent more money than Klopp in a 3-year period. by the way. I wasn't even lying.
180, 210, 250, 275,
Yeah.
300,
Don, that's why it's agenda.
315,
Agenda, brother. He's
Aston Villa also spent 100% of their wages.
330,
100% of their income on wages.
350 million euros. Yeah, I think about 400 million euros in, and that is, by the way, like if I say the date, he took over in July 2023. So it's late in 20. So it hasn't been even 3 years, and he spent 400 million euros. So it's a lot of money.
Jeez.
So it's about as much money as City and Arsenal and Chelsea and Liverpool spend per year.
Not per year. Arsenal don't spend that much money per year.
It's about
He
120.
started in November 2022.
Maybe so.
I-
The first. Oh, okay. So his first signing was in summer 2023.
Okay.
Spartacus, you think we can win with Bernardo in the squad?
I think the best squad we can build to win the league has Bernardo in it. Yes.
Fair
by
enough.
the way, to be honest, as much as I hate Bernardo, the little fucking rat, and I'm still him and Bruno. خلاص يا عمي فهمنا. Him and Bruno Fernandes. I'm still. Listen,
Rats.
if any player of any football club other than Man United, just slap him in the face. I'm buying his shirt and hanging it up on the wall. But aside from that, I think Bernardo's a good player. I think the guy could play on the wing. I think he's played pivot. He's played false 9. He's played left wing. He's played number 10. He's played in every single position. I think he's very
He's
helpful.
nice.
in winning the league. I agree with that.
He's played
And in
center
terms
back
of
this
stop
season.
mentioning money, because that's what. Big up to you, JJ. I appreciate
JJ,
it.
so guys, this is about 800. Seriously, this is 800 people in the house. We aren't even on 200 likes. Are you guys crazy? You guys, we need 400. Why did you not like the
This is
video? It looks like
premium
thumbs
content.
up. It's free content. Free. The like looks like
Premium
thumbs up if you've
content.
been living under the rock. Bro.
This
It's a
content should be on
like button.
Netflix. What are you guys doing?
Pay
One
us,
thing I'll say
Netflix.
about Bernardo is that Bernardo exists.
Bring me my money.
Bernardo exists so well in Pep teams because he's like technique merchant, right? Like he can be anywhere on the field and not lose the ball, and Pep loves that.
And
So,
his football and
and he's the
IQ
only
is
one.
ridiculous.
He's the only one that remembers the mentality. You know, he's like. him and
Glorious, I
Rodri
just
are
want to
the
say
only
one
two guys.
thing. You're a fraud. I'm never going to shut the fuck about the money, ever. Because it is true, in the Klopp and Pep era, we didn't spend similarly. We didn't.
Oh,
I won the Champions League and I signed Adrian, Sepp van der Berg, and Harvey Elliott.
Doesn't matter.
That
You've
has
spent
to
500
be
million
the
there.
fucking shitty and listen, don't trigger me. I don't want to be triggered. خلاص, I'm gonna be relaxed. It's fucking 2:25 a.m. I'm gonna be calm.
Big up the blue
Everyone
cartel.
be-
Broke the record twice.
By the way, to all the City fans watching the stream right now, trying to do the whole City pool thing and Thursday and blah blah blah. Guys, we're gonna get slapped. Put the fries in the bag, please. I have zero hope for that game. If you give me right now 1-0 loss, I shake your hand. At least it's not embarrassing. That's it. Please,
Oh,
please,
man.
brother. Please, well, I fear the worst for Thursday. I fear that they do to us what they did to City last year, the 5-1. I fear, so I'm just gonna be. I'm very scared for that game.
What's up?
If
That's how I
Brighton gets
feel about
something out of
Chelsea right
City-
now.
Do you think?
If Brighton
think
gets
that
something out of
Gakpo-
City, we're going to be like
Oh,
We look
man.
like
all
shit.
over them.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yes.
Both teams might drop points. Man City might not win against Brighton, and then Arsenal go and maybe draw against Liverpool.
Please stop it. Please.
If Man City don't win, we're going like we're not leaving that pitch until we
How
win.
are we gonna
Like,
beat Arsenal
we're
with
gonna-
our
we're gonna
7
break their legs.
midfielders?
I never said beat Arsenal.
How are we
Scam a
gonna
draw.
get the draw with our 7 midfielders on the pitch? Please.
You're gonna scam a draw, عادي, scam a draw.
Guy, look at
Low
this guy.
block, low
Look at this
block.
guy selling hope.
Do you think
No,
that there
not.
was do you think that there was a squad building issue with Liverpool this season? Because I
Say
highly
it
think
again,
so.
sorry.
Do you think that there was a squad building issue with Liverpool this season? Because I really believe there was.
No. And the reason why I say
أنا
no
لازم
is
أصلي.
صلي شو. Anyway, the reason why my answer to that question would be no is because, look, this is a rule of thumb that applies to every single club on this panel and in history of football. Whenever 10 outfield players all look like shit, you cannot blame the squad building, can't blame anything. I like our summer transfer window. I don't think there's anything wrong in the summer. I think we have a problem of applying these footballers on the football pitch. We're asking everyone to do shit that they're not comfortable with. We're asking Kirkus to invert as an example. We're asking Bradley to invert as an example. Frimpong the same. We're not asking them to do shit that they're good at. We're asking Gravenberg to be Vitinha. He's not. We're asking Callister to be Joao Neves. He's not. But everyone is being asked to do shit that they're just not good at. Even Mo, by the way, we're asking Mo to get the ball and dribble past 3 players. Yeah, but that's not his game. We're keeping him far away from
That's
the goal.
Hazard's game.
Yes.
That's Hazard's
Yeah, but
game.
by modern
While
football
not scoring
standards, you
for
have to like
300
be
days.
very
So
flexible.
that's
with
why for
players.
me, I
See
think
how he tries to take the shot?
I
I just said that's Hazard's game. You don't have to take the shot, brother.
yeah,
Hey,
I
I
mean
mean-
Hazard's game with not scoring for 300 days. That's okay. Actually, he went
okay,
to
and
the
not showing up for
goal
Egypt,
twice.
and not showing up for Egypt is also Salah's game too. All right,
Oh yeah,
we
big
know
up,
what's
big
gonna
up
happen.
Belgium, big up the Belgian golden generation who won so many trophies. Anyway, back to the
Same thing for the Egypt golden generation.
Back
But
to-
let's go back to the topic because we could do this all day. I could do this all day.
No, you can't. I'll beat you in a
Yes.
Hazard argument all day. Hazard is not nowhere near Salah.
So you're saying you
Now,
wouldn't
back
change
to
any of
the-
those
back to
You're a
the-
strategies?
historian. You're a historian.
Back to the topic. When it comes to this conversation, the reason why I don't think it's a squad building issue is everyone that we signed this summer were rated. Karkaz was the PFA team of the season, left back. He's already used to the league. Ekitike was the potential up and coming striker. Isak outscored Haaland last season. Florian Wirtz was a player you wanted, Bayern wanted. So we're not looking at players that, like, a Palace wanted or a Fiorentina wanted. We're talking about the best of the best teams wanted. Like City looked at Wirtz as the Kevin De Bruyne replacement. So that counts for something. So obviously, he's just not able to apply all these players on the football pitch in a formation that works.
Semenyo was played of the year in La Liga.
That work, like the Atletico game at home. I've referenced as an example a lot of times. So for me, I just don't think we've platformed the team to succeed, and that's down to Arne Slot. Only thing I would change from the summer is add a center back. And that's it. The rest is all.
If you guys don't want Isak, we'll take him. It's fine. We'll take him.
I think Liverpool went too much into names instead of looking at profiles. For example, I think if you guys would have bought, instead of buying Frimpong, Grimaldo from Leverkusen, and not bought Kerkez, I think Grimaldo could have done what Slot wants Kerkez to do, because he's extremely technical and his passing range is very similar to Trent, not as good but similar. So he could do kind of what the same that Trent did, instead of on the right side, on the left side. Then you have to readjust a couple of things. You have to bring a more.
But you just admitted that Kerkez can't do it, right?
No, he can't. He can't.
I agree with you. He can't. Why is my manager asking him to do shit he can't do?
Oh no, I agree that Slot is not a good manager. Football. I agree, but my question is:
now apply that to 10 players on the pitch. All 10 players are being asked to do shit that they're not good at. That's.
So I just said that we do that at Arsenal and we still succeed. It's not an excuse to fail. Like
no, you don't do that. No, you don't do that.
I just told you we just play a lot of players out of position. We do it all the time. It's not an excuse to spot. Like
I never said it. You cannot change my words and then use it as my argument. That's not my argument.
Positions nowadays is very much.
I said doing stuff that they're not comfortable with. Kerkez plays left back, but
that's part of improving as a football player.
That doesn't mean he's a different position. He's the same position.
You don't look at positions really when you're building a squad. You look at roles. For example, Cherky is a winger. He doesn't play on the wing. He plays as an inside 10.
I wanted Cherky as an example.
I don't like him as a winger.
You don't really look at positions anymore.
I understand what you're saying. I'm saying, okay, so if I'll give you a cooking example. If I give you a steak right now, and you attempt to make apple pie with it, is it my fault for giving you the steak, or is it your fault for attempting to make apple pie with it? It's your fault. Now, the reason why I don't think it's a squad building issue is all of these players, when we signed them, even as Liverpool fans, we had a clear vision. Okay, we understand what we're trying to do here. Frimpong and Kerkez overlapping flying fullbacks, which is something that we relate to as Liverpool fans. We wanted them to do that. Come the season starts and he's asking them to invert. We're asking Gravenberch to be a deep lying playmaker. He's not that. That's not his strength. Even Florian Wirtz, Florian Wirtz this season has played on the right. He's played on the left. He's played in the 10. He's played in the 8. He's played in the fucking false 9. All we've wanted is just Florian Wirtz. By the way, both goals he scored was from that 10 area, which is where we want him to play. So my thing is, I just think even Mo, how does a player, like objectively speaking now, regardless what you think of the player, you don't go from 47 GA to trash a year after just like that. It's physically impossible to comprehend, even with father time, whatever it is, even if he's just getting older. You go from 47 to 25 to 26, you still maintain a certain level. And I think that's been the issue for us. So I don't think the problem is squad planning at all. I think the problem is Slot's application. As a football manager, your job is to look at the players that you have, play to their strengths, and put them in a position to succeed.
But I do think that both things can be true. I think Slot can be doing badly and not profiling the players correctly, but I also think that you can buy players who are individually good, but not good in a collective. Because, for example, what you said, you bought 2 overlapping fullbacks, but for you to realistically get the best out of them, you need a deep line playmaker. Because then he's going to drop a little bit deeper. The centre backs are going to go a little bit wider, and you still have a solid press defense, and you have a player who's able to switch the sides very quickly to get the opposition's back line.
McAllister is the best midfielder in the league.
Well, Gravenberch was the best DM last year, wasn't he?
And McAllister is the best midfielder in the league.
Yeah, they both were, because they were in
the same Gravenberch that controls games.
They weren't in team of the season.
Mo, do you remember we had a discussion about
how did Caicedo play at the Etihad? Anyway, go on, Mark.
Played like shit.
Mo, do you remember we had a discussion about managers and technical directors and whether they should choose the players that they get? or whether they should just get the players and then replace the manager if they don't work with the players. I feel like this is connected to Slot getting the players that maybe he didn't want, or the way they allocated the funds was like, maybe I don't want to spend 300 million on 2 strikers. Maybe I need some more left back, right back options to play different ways. I think his hands were tied in this situation, right? Like,
no, Sam knows this. I don't know, to be honest with you. I have no idea. Sam can answer this better than me. I don't know who makes the calls at Liverpool. Like, I know that maybe Arne Slot doesn't even have a say. Right?
Yeah, maybe like, that's not the, you know, when we say this about Chelsea, Martin, we're saying they gave Maresca, Garnacho, and Gittins to work with. When you say hands are tied with Isak, Ekitike, Frimpong, Wirtz, and Kerkez. That's not hands are tied. That's a fucking elite.
Is he doing the did he pick the wrong players and then didn't get, or is he just getting? He is not
picking the players. The club is picking the players.
Right.
Yes.
Quick question: Hussam, would you take Maresca?
Yeah, 100%. I would take Maresca. I'm giving you 5-star ingredients, and you're making shit meals with them. That's on you.
Top manager.
That's what I'm trying to explain to Spartacus. I get what you're trying to say in essence, but then it goes back once again to the root cause of the issue. Why am I taking these players and asking them to do shit that they're not good at?
Okay,
like,
let me
play to every player's strengths. We did that one game, Atletico Madrid at home. I want to, if you can, after this game, just go watch the highlights. We played Isak in the 9, Wirtz in the 10, natural position, Frimpong right back, and we had the Frimpong overlap with Mo all the time. That game, Liverpool had 7 big chances and Atletico had 1 big chance the whole game. So we were solid defensively and we were very good going forward. And he never ran back that same team once. As an example, Ekitike came out publicly and said, I could play on the wing. He never played him left wing. Persisted with Cody Gakpo. So that's my thing, is like, he never attempted to go for a successful formula. And he just basically tried to do shit that the team is not good at. You've got right now Nico O'Reilly. You've got right now Matheus Nunes. 2 midfielders playing in those positions. Those 2 can underlap because they're by nature midfielders. Different complex to a Kerkez and a Frimpong, who one's a wing back and the other guy got into the team of the season at Bournemouth by doing this, literally. Like up, down, cross, get back, tackle, blah, blah, blah. You know, prototypical players. So, you know, it's my issue is, you know, if you want to, if I go to the Brazilian national team as an example, I can't ask Roberto Carlos to be Maldini. The problem is that's what Slot is doing, but times 10, because he's asking all the outward players to do this shit.
But I also believe, just to keep in the analogy, I also believe that you can have a top-tier Italian themed chef, the chef who cooks Italian food. If you ask him to cook sushi, the guy's not going to do it. Yeah. I'm not saying that Slot is a brilliant coach by any means, by the way. I'm just saying that I think when you buy players to do what it's wanted them to do, like Grimaldo, like Frimpong and Kerkez, bomb down the way. You want to buy a striker who's going to be a little bit more of a false nine to create the space for the wingers to attack inside box, and you want to have a midfielder who's going to be more of a pass first player with longer range of pass. I don't think Liverpool has that in the squad
so adjust the
moment. But this is what you bought the new players to do. You bought the fullbacks to go high and wide, and if you don't have a midfielder who's able to switch the game very fast, you're not really going to be able to use that because you carry.
Yes, but then I change the argument to something else. If any manager in the planet, including mine, yours, every manager, needs an ideal scenario for him to have a set system that works, he is not a good manager. Because by definition, ideal doesn't exist in football. Meaning, Isak just had a crunching tackle by Van de Ven, not on purpose. I'm not blaming Van de Ven. He was just trying to clear it. But that tackle happened and Isak is now injured. Ideal world does not exist in football. Your manager is challenging for the title, not having Rodri for a long time. His manager is challenging for the title without having Gabriel and Saliba. They didn't have Gabriel for like a whole month. So they didn't have Rice against Aston Villa. So ideal scenarios don't exist in football. You are going to have to adjust. That's why we need a set system that works. And Slot went from one extreme to the other. If you spoke to me 2 months ago, Spartacus, I would have told you we have no midfield. Now we have everyone midfield. We have no width at all. We have no creativity at all. Do you know that in the second half that Wolves had higher XG than us at Anfield? Do you think that's acceptable? No, it's not. That's the problem. So now we're congesting the midfield. We got no width at all, no real creativity.
And you know why he's congesting the midfield, huh?
Yeah, to because he's a pussy.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
That's
Simple as
exactly.
that. And now, and even the goals that
Finally,
we
he admits
scored,
it.
like we beat Spurs 2-1. Romero shoots it at McAllister's face. And the second goal, Romero, if he doesn't theatrically dive, by the way, they might just give it as a foul. Like every goal that we've scored for the most part for the last 3, 4, 5 games have all been mistakes. Even the penalty that we scored away at Inter, it's just a mistake from Bastoni being a dumbass.
The reason why I asked about
we aren't
management,
creating
So
triangles.
stupid. That was so stupid from Bastoni.
how does Liverpool go? Sorry, Mo. How does Liverpool go from having the winning team, spending 500 million, and then being crap? Like, are we putting this all down to
Salah.
Trent.
It's 2 players.
But it's,
Okay, Salah and Van
Slot's
Dijk.
the bad
Number
manager,
one,
right?
I'm going to tell you. Konate had a world-class season. People forget that Konate last season was unfucking playable. And even Arne Slot himself, he stuck to the basics, Habibi. He played Gravenberch. The thing that he did, Trent, and he got the best out of Trent, and Gravenberch, he turned him into an amazing DM. Everyone else just played up to their maximum thing. He found solutions in Diaz up top as a striker, right? But still Diaz missed chances. Massive chances, by the way, Diaz. He missed one-on-ones and he missed chances. Salah having a 47 GA is not normal. That is the record for the goals and assists in one 38-game season. A record. Van Dijk was playing out of his skin. Trent was very good offensively. Konate was amazing. And he didn't change a lot. By the way, the team was quick, high press, playing good football. Like they went to Salah all the time. Salah was the outlet. Now this season, he's like, you know what? I'm going to do my Dutch football. My DM is going to be the striker. And my striker will be the
point. Brother, it didn't work when they had Cruyff and Van Basten. It's not gonna work with Gakpo and total football doesn't work.
He's like Gravenberch, you're gonna be starting as a DM, but you will be a striker, and Szoboszlai, you will be the DM, and the right back, Szoboszlai, play right back, invert inside, so the right back is empty. Konate had to cover the whole space. He tinkered. He thought like, listen, the guy got in his head. His head got bigger. People started talking about him like Hussam, giving him stature and saying that he's a fantastic manager and all this stuff, right? And he listened. He listened to Hussam, Don Hussam on YouTube, and he's like, I'm a great manager. I can do my thing, you know? I can do my thing. And he started doing his thing, you know? And he started doing his thing, and it's Dutch football.
Mad to this day how much influence you think I have. It's crazy. Like, you think Arne Slot sat here watching my fucking videos? Please, bro.
So for me, what he did, guys, is that number one, Salah output dropped, and the guy cannot set up a midfield to save his life. That's why that's why, by the way, he's not, because Wirtz defensively is not as strong as Szoboszlai. He's not. Let's just establish this, right? He can run around.
Creatively, he's good. So use that weapon.
Okay. So what he did is, like, in the beginning of the season, he put Wirtz as the 10, and then McAllister is not playing well. And he's like, what do I do? Midfield wide open. Donut hole, as Don Hussam says, right? Donut hole. Every couple of passes, there is a massive gap in the middle. That is tactics. That is positioning. That is training ground. He doesn't know how to set up the team. He doesn't know how to use a number 10. So what he did is like, let me shove the number 10 to the side on paper, but let him play everywhere, because Wirtz is not a left winger. He's playing everywhere, right? But that means there's no left winger on the pitch. There's zero left winger on the pitch. There's no width. So the opposition can literally leave and also in the beginning of the season, he was not only not playing with the left wing.
Liverpool are like challenging, and you know you've got 6, 7 players playing really well, but I've got 2, 3 players in the team that aren't working. I'd go like, okay, we misprofiled a couple of players. What you're saying would hold water. The problem is right now we've got 10 outfield players who legitimately all look like shit, which is the issue. So you've got to look at it from that perspective.
I have a theory. I'm just going to put it out there.
Martin, can I say one thing?
Looks amazing on the football pitch.
He got Kirkes. Imagine he got Kirkes, an up and down left back, and he's asking him to be the left center back. Are you stupid? Are you an idiot? Are you stupid?
I have a theory.
How is that? Like asking Trent, by the way, don't play long balls, don't distribute. I want you to be the right center back, for example.
But we see this at other clubs too. We see this with Amorim at United. We see it with anyone that's struggling. They're trying to find a solution with players that don't fit the thing which they're trying to do, right? Like I have a theory
Profile.
that you can't build a
Even
top
Maresca did
team
it sometimes.
unless the manager is fully involved in selecting every player that they get. If you try and spend $1 billion on a squad and then just grab any old manager and put them together, I don't think that's ever going to work in any scenario.
Thank you,
I
Martin.
see all these clubs going down this road where sporting directors, how many of you got at Chelsea? You got 3 sporting directors. What are they doing? They're buying their favorite players. They're not buying what the next manager needs. 4. So I don't think. I mean, Pep worked really well because he had a really big say in a lot of the players, and they wouldn't buy a player for Pep. Like prehistorically, because of the last few years, I felt like he would get every player he wanted only. Now he's getting more of the make do,
profile,
and you're seeing that kind of like issue where it's not actually the player that they wanted. I mean, you know that Slot won without the team that was his, right? And then they tried to build a team for him and failed at that. I think this is going to be an issue in a lot of teams. You're going to see it with United, Chelsea, anyone who's trying to get back to the top.
If Pep Guardiola didn't play if Pep Guardiola wasn't the City manager, they wouldn't even challenge. I'm telling you right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let me do the super chats and then I want to tell you guys something. Rio Ferdinand just said that if Man United go for Arteta, he will think about it to join Manchester United. I'm just gonna actually say to you, there is not more deluded fan base.
They are honestly
like there's no more deluded fan base on planet Earth than Manchester United.
I agree.
For them to think that Arteta would even consider leaving Arsenal to go to Manchester United is actually beyond entitled and delusion. Is beyond. Do you guys know?
That we deal with Man United.
Do you know Eddie Howe said, "I'm not even leaving Newcastle for Manchester United." It's
That's
actually
a
smart choice. Very smart choice.
Mo, you just say things that you think about. Ruben Diaz is not a very good on the ball, but he's good at defending. While Gavardio is very good on the ball and not good as Diaz at defending. Diaz won Player of the Year. I'm gonna tell you the difference. Just the stats back my eye. No, I think that Gavardio is good on the ball. Diaz still is the one that plays from the back more. Gavardio is more on the ball, but the stats show that I'm right? Diaz. Let me just finish this point. It's very important for people to see. Diaz, right, touches the ball in the defensive third and the middle third more than Gavardio. But once it goes to the attacking third, Gavardio is much higher. That's not build-up play. That's Calafiori style. In the build-up play, Diaz gets on the ball a lot, right? You can say Gavardio is good and everything, but Diaz in your first phase of the play, Diaz gets involved a lot.
Also, when they're camped on the box, Diaz is the one passing it around the outside.
Yes. So people like I'm not saying Gavardio is bad, but to actually just to put everything in the box of Gavardio to ignore that Diaz involved in the build-up play, I think is disingenuous. You can say both, but they're not levels. We can debate which one is better, but that is that. I'm just responding to Super Chat. Thank you, Adam, for this, but I'm just responding to you. That is what I see. Ake Kuzanov, Nouri, Reis. I don't know who Reis is.
Reis.
The Brazilian centre back at Girona.
Who's Victor Reis?
They sent him on loan and with no recall clause.
Okay, 166 million. Mendy, Cancelo, Gavardio, 215. Grealish, Doku, Savio, Shirky, 258. Phillips, Nico Gonzalez, 115. Marmoush, Semenyo, 150. Pep ain't a checkbook manager.
Lol. To be fair to Spartacus, he says
this for a while.
Money and he doesn't care. So
I don't care. Like, I'd rather the money is spent on the football club than get into the owner's pocket. So
Alvarez is in there, but I have to look at that list and wonder how many of those players Pep actually likes. Like Grealish, he froze out. Phillips didn't play. I think he likes.
I can tell you the ones that I like.
But can I say something to the panel?
Oh, why you take it off?
We need the list, man. We need the super chat.
Let me say something to the panel, guys. Can we just all agree that Pep is a checkbook manager?
Yes.
So,
we can only.
Ake, Josko, Hayes. He actually really likes Hayes. Savio, Cherki, and Nico. Those are the ones that he really likes. And Doku. But
he doesn't like Kuzanov. He doesn't like Kuzanov.
No, not his style.
He rates Hayes over Husanov.
Savio wasn't
Anyway.
his call. That came from the sister club, right? That was
Did you read
Guys,
that?
redirecting to K-Mac, by the way.
That was his
Yes.
fault.
Okay, guys. K-Mac channel. MHF raid in the chat, guys. I want to thank Martin, Jaco, of course, being here with us. Appreciate you, Jaco. And Spartacus, big up for your debut on the channel. I will see you guys on K-Mac channel. We're out of here.